This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by the Parker Group.
Well, CoastLife, if you remember earlier, either this week or sometime last week, we were chatting with our friends from the Parker Group about the real estate market, some big potential changes that could be coming our way. So, you always want to know, what does that mean for you? So we've brought in Casey Nevis with the Parker Group, one of the realtors there. And Casey, what are you sort of seeing on a day-to-day basis in the world of real estate?
Well, it changes day to day.
I bet.
It's been such an exciting week. Last week, Freddie Mac announced that we're at the 6% interest rate, so that's huge for buyers and sellers, refinance, anyone that's looking to open up their real estate portfolio. Now is kind of the time to act, whatever position and goals you might have in real estate. Yeah. It's time to go now.
Sounds good to me. So I think for a lot of people too, if 2026 rolled around and maybe they didn't hit their goals when it came to selling a home or buying a home, what does that mean for people now? What can they do to maybe achieve the goals that they didn't in 2025?
Absolutely. So let's say you're a first-time home buyer and you're going to be purchasing your home. You get a 3.5% down payment. Ooh. You now have an interest rate that's probably below 6%, pending good credit, and all other information. But you could be saving hundreds of dollars from where you were going to buy last year, or you were going to think about it a couple months ago. Now is really the time to act, because that's money in your pocket, which gives you more purchasing power.
Yeah, and maybe even we should break down truly, what does interest rate really mean for home buyers? Because that is something I think, a lot of us pretend to know what that means. We're like, yes, interest rate, of course, of course. What does that mean for the average person, or maybe a first-time home buyer who hasn't really come up against what that means yet? Yeah,
well, you hear about it, you pay for it all the time, but it's put into your mortgage. So you have a principal, and that's basically what you're paying each month for your house. But you're borrowing a lot of money, someone's got to make something along the way. Now that you're only being charged that 6% or lower, you're again saving hundreds of dollars each month, and that is put into your mortgage. So let's think about homeowners like myself that bought a few years ago, and you're like, wow, we bought in the higher sixes or even above 6%. Now's the time to refinance, because that interest rate that you were locked in a couple years ago, is now a good time to refinance and get you at a lower rate, saving you, again, hundreds of dollars each month.
Yeah, so if somebody is kind of up against maybe refinancing and they're like, all right, this is the move for me, is that something that you and the Parker Group can handle, all of those sorts of questions?
Absolutely, because there's so many questions. What is my house worth today? What leverage do I have to refinance? We're able to answer all your questions. Or if you're sitting there on the couch like, I'm not selling, I'm not buying, I'm not doing anything, I can still answer your question, because your home's value from 3 years ago, 3 months ago, might have changed drastically, and we're here to answer all those questions for you.
There you go. It's worth just reaching out. Yeah. And that's part of what makes Casey the top producer of the month. What kind of goes into being the top producer? What, as a realtor, what sort, because I know this is also a time of year where maybe people are looking for a job change and real estate sounds good to them. What, in your experience, makes a good realtor?
I think the best quality is to help your clients. Everyone's going through multiple changes. You could be buying, you could be selling, you could be investing, or you could just be thinking, what should I do? I'm here to guide you, talk to you through the process, and maybe now is not the right time to sell your house.
Right.
I've sat down with many sellers, and I'm like, your house is gorgeous, you have so much equity built, but you're not really ready to buy at this point. You're not ready to leave the house that you've had. So let's put on the back burner. But to know what your house is worth in 24 and 25, those give you benchmarks. So when you're ready in 2026,
right?
You now have all that information to make a well-informed decision. So just be here to build connections, build relationships, answer those questions, and problem solve. Because once we're under contract, we really want to make the best deal for you possible.
I love that. So if folks are ready to maybe give Casey here a call or reach out, what is the best way that they can get a hold of you?
You can give me a call at 757-345-9760.
Fantastic. Well, Casey Nevis, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here on the CoastLife Couch and have you answer any questions that we or any others may have about real estate.
Thank you.
We do have some more CoastLife coming your way. We've got some awards to dole out with our winners of the week when we get back.